Sylvia, just open it back up, huh? Just like you did last time.
It's at day one, when it pumps, you go 10 days and it's finally that water on top is finally at the bottom, and you start getting that lower residual is when the smell starts coming up. Well, in the past, the operators have tried to adjust it with a quick fix of just adding more chlorine. Well, you're drawing water from the bottom, but you're pumping the high chlorine water to the top. So you're not going to see that for another 7 or 8 days, depending on how much water is being used.
Let me step in there. So like sometimes we smell that really hard chlorine.
Yeah, I can smell
It's
that.
because the residuals were low, so they pumped a whole bunch of chlorine into it to bring the residuals up. And as it went down, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a roller coaster. So you're what we're trying to find and is that balance where we can try to keep it consistent. But because the wells now aren't running consistently, we're trying to, it's a guessing game. So some days the chlorine might be a little bit stronger than the others, and then for a few days, if the chlorine was too low, you'll start getting the smell, the rotten egg smell, and that just from the water itself, the sulfur smell that the wells are pumping, that just the quality of the water that's coming out of them. So because I am new to this system, I'm trying to see what it's going to do. Like right now, we're pumping 1 gallon an hour, where in the summer we were pumping almost 2 gallons an hour, and our residual is still maintaining a little bit high because we had the higher chlorine levels, 2 weeks ago when it was still warm. So now that the tank's not, the wells aren't turning on every day, it's I can give you guys a pressure, but then you're gonna get the smell might come back slowly because we can't just keep injecting that amount of chlorine into the water system, because we've already had a few complaints of the strong chlorine smell. Yeah. So it's I'm not gonna say it's either or, but it's very hard to guess where the breaking point of the chlorine in the water is to where it balances itself out. So we don't have it.
We'll get to that point eventually, right?
Yes, with the new well.
With the new
Well, yes. I'm hoping we will. We are going to try to get the chlorine actually injected at the well, so it's going into the system already with chlorine, versus here it pumps, they call it raw water, so it's raw water, and then it's injected right before the tank. So then, and if we add that mixer, it's constantly mixing, so it'll definitely help it. So, a city is required at a minimum to provide 20 psi. So we check it every morning, and we're between 46 and 52 psi, depending on the levels of the tank. So we could hit about mid 60s if the tank is at 132, 133 feet. But that's a tank is plumb full all the time. Yeah. So
only 20?
what's that?
You're required. The city's only required to give us 20.
Yes, that is the standard, the American Water Works Association standard. Yep. So 42, 46. So.
Yeah. You guys gonna do some pack filling? Did I notice over on Washington where the pieces to the either side that they didn't grind up, some of that old pack fill that was there is coming up, and I don't know what this winter when we get a lot of rain and snow and ice and stuff, is that gonna affect the asphalt that was just laid down?
If it does, then they'll have to redo it because we have a warranty with them.
But it's on the side that they didn't do. Like they only did the center, they didn't do what,
Right. the
8 feet
edges.
to the side.
Yeah, so they actually sealed the sides that didn't get paved.
Well,
So
I'd like
it's
to
all
borrow,
sealed.
And you'll see some of that stuff, that old stuff that was put down prior to that is coming out. I mean, there you can see the chunk,
Okay.
that ceiling on
Of
the
like
side, and
close-up.
it's some are pretty dang wide. And you can get rain and ice and snow in there, and it's gonna go down and it's gonna ruin the new asphalt, is what I'm getting at.
We'll
I see where they seal, I know what you're saying, that they did, but